Hi, everyone. It's Diane Yetter with the Sales Tax Institute, here with our next episode of Women to Watch. And I'm thrilled to introduce you to Lahari Neelapareddy, who is the CEO and founder of TaxHero. Welcome, Lahari.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
So, Lahari, can you explain to everyone what TaxHero does? I know it's a fairly new company in the sales tax space, and then what your role is as the CEO and founder.
So TaxHero is an all-inclusive full-stack sales tax solution specifically for e-commerce and CPG brands. When we say full stack or all-inclusive, what we mean by that is we pretty much do everything relating to sales tax for these brands. We pretty much do everything from the start of configuring the back end of their Shopify, making sure they collect the right amount, to if they do meet the nexus or the requirements to collect, registering them in those states, filing the returns, sales tax audit support, also just being the main point of communication with states, as well as providing a sales tax reconciliation or cash flow projection. So we do all of these services for just one pricing. We realized that there was a gap in the industry of having a solution that did it all versus it being piecemealed of, oh, here's a calculation and here's just the returns. Now consult a tax professional. We're kind of building something that has a service component, but we're leveraging technology for it.
So is there something that you're especially proud of that you've accomplished in the sales tax field?
Yeah, to be honest, I think the thing that I'm the most proud of is even, starting this company. With TaxHero, I'm glad and I'm proud to say that we're adding value to businesses. We see so many different clients that come over with thousands of notices from states or having back taxes and not knowing what they even need to do, not even realizing that they're collecting in states already, and that they haven't remitted it. So being able to strategize and, provide a customized yet individual solution for each of the brands and, even negotiating with states on companies' behalf, if it's a win for the company, it ends up being a win for us. And the value that we're adding, honestly, is priceless.
And that is something to be very proud of. As somebody else that has started a company, but just a service business,
Yes.
it's a great accomplishment. So kudos to you. And thanks for seeing the need in the industry. Do you have advice for women working in sales tax?
Yeah, so I would say remember to be kind to yourself. I think, we are our biggest criticizers, right? Sales tax can be incredibly overwhelming and even emotional at times. And I would say that's the same advice is stay empowered by continuously learning and educating yourself, like with Sales Tax Institute. I think it's awesome how the industry thrives on ongoing education and networking. So it's something that everyone should embrace. I think when the situation calls for it, being assertive and confident is very, very important. Being confident with the knowledge that you have and the decisions on maybe why you decide to do something with the sales tax approach is important. It's easy to feel intimidated by state officials or, IRS sometimes, but it's also important to keep in mind they might not always have the answers. And sometimes they're navigating it with you because of that gray area and more things are coming out, right? So it's being confident with what you know and being willing to speak up, share your ideas, and express any concerns you might have, I think is an important thing that I would say is an advice to women or anyone in general.
Those are all great points. And I particularly love your first one about give yourself some grace. We all, I think, particularly as women, take a lot on and think we have to be perfect. And I think that is great advice to know that it's okay to think about yourself every once in a while.
Exactly.
Lahari, thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure to meet you and to share your story with everyone else.
Well, thank you so much for having me, and it was awesome being on here.